All right, what is up? What is up? What is up? How is everybody doing? Let's wait for some people to head on here. Man, oh man, oh man. Woohoo! So just got off with the headset. Quest 3. MetaConnect 2024 is in the books. And I tell you something, I am not disappointed. Um, over over exceeded my expectations. I'm streaming live, y'all, on three different platforms right now. So what's up, YouTube? What's up, fan base? Peace to my IG fam. Cyber, Berry, Karma, what's good? Oh, come on. I'm having some connectivity issues. Not sure why. So I hope that my live is coming through loud and direct. What's good, everybody? See, what's good? Man, we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So what did y'all think about MetaConnect? Man, like I said, it over-indexed for me. Like I'm blown away. Not so much with the technology. The technology is always going to be fun and engaging, but more so um, about the future of this space. It solidifies everything that I thought would happen in the space. And as a thought leader, which I like to call myself as a visionary in this space, all the things that I predicted are happening and more which is amazing because I'm slightly blown away with some of the things that are happening. Vic, what's good? Soup, Biggie, Johnny. You know what, Johnny. I do want to touch on that first before I get to it and invite some people in here because I want to talk about it, man. I want to invite some people in here. What's up, Nikki? And I do want to get to that because I do want to handle that part of what I do. Um, I love talking about our relationship with the space, right? I think so many times the nuts and bolts, the black and white of what we do in this space, business building, brand building, community building, all of that stuff essentially can be learned from a YouTube video. Now, crudely from a YouTube video, right? I'm never going to say there's ever going to be a replacement for having an expert, but I will say that for the most part, you can learn how to get going on YouTube with most things now, as YouTube University is a game changer for everybody. But how I always try to approach business, how I always try to approach in my strategy sessions in dealing with people is I really want people to understand the whys, right? What's in it for you, how you play a part in the overall ecosystem, and the sentiment, right? I deal a lot with sentiment because I truly believe like your attitude towards doing something um, has to count. It does. It has to count. It has to count for something, and you can't get discouraged in doing it. Sorry, one of my connections here is not good. So I know that MetaConnect is no different. It isn't. I've never received an invite to go to MetaConnect. I have been extremely influential in the space, but I do know that the work I do behind the scenes isn't necessarily recognized by Meta, right? I think the creators I've helped, the ones I've helped put in position, the businesses that I brought in here, the businesses I've started, the trends I've helped develop, the code of conduct in which I've helped set forth in this space, the platforms and the organization of the platforms, the brand building. My contributions are undeniable, right? And I'm not speaking out of ego. I've just put in the work, as so many other people have put in the work in this platform, right? So we've all contributed, some of us at a higher degree, just because we've been here longer and we've worked harder. It is simple as that. I'm no smarter than anybody else on this platform. Yes, I have an understanding of what's to come, but it's probably because I'm never satisfied with where I'm at. And so I always try to look at the next things. But I do realize that there are certain things that Meta is looking for, right? And it's not all about creativity all the times, but for the most part, if you don't necessarily have a super engaged world and you're tracking 10, 20,000 people a month, then you might not be on their radar. Doesn't matter what you're doing. But I also know sometimes it's about connections, right? So if you don't see the value of connecting with people, or you're connecting, unfortunately, with the wrong people, which happens quite a bit in this space, and you're not in the right circles, um, your circle, for the most part, doesn't matter if it's not attached to a circle that Meta knows about, right? So Women in Horizon is a good one. Quiz and Meta, like those are circles now that what's up, Fiji? Those are circles now that get attention, and I'll get you in just a minute, Jen. Those are circles now that get attention through Meta, and they offer some types of sponsoring sometimes, and quite honestly, they're just paying attention, right? So if you're looking for that type of recognition, then you have to join a community that Meta recognizes exists, right? They don't necessarily recognize that the block exists. They don't necessarily recognize that Meta Clean Presents exists. They don't necessarily recognize that Virtually Connected VR exists. Those are platforms that I'm quite comfortable keeping in a community, or at the very least, bringing people into the space that don't have an understanding of VR, because that's the core of my business, right? So it's not very meta centric. Um, you can ask me that question offline, Johnny. I'll be more than happy to answer you. So they're not very meta centric, right? So I understand that. So, but I don't, as good as I like to consider myself a builder, I'm not the best, but I think I have a certain style and a connectivity to the space. I don't build worlds for engagement, right? I never have. My worlds are kind of personal to me. Um, but there are worlds that are built for engagement or have just been received by the community that are super engaging and are undeniable, right? Obviously, VR Classroom is one of those worlds, right? Copper's done a phenomenal job at finding her audience and really tapping into them, and can carry their audience with her everywhere she goes, right? Because they expect a certain thing from her. So if your plan is to get to MetaConnect next year, then you have to put in that work to do things that Meta wants you to do. And they tell you what they want you to do. They're very immersed in gaming right now. So your job, if that is your goal, is to either one, develop a phenomenal platform that gets 10,000 visitors a month, that is get you on the top 20 leaderboard every month, and again, I don't bill for that. So I don't know if that's something that everybody in here wants to do, but at the very least, be a part of their communities and be an intricate part of the communities of what they're doing. And if you're in those circles, you can eventually get to somebody and say, "Hey, look at what I'm doing. Let me invite you out to a session. This is a community. These are the people I've helped," and start developing your story in order for you to be recognized if that is your goal. I am quite comfortable where I am right now. Of course, I'd love to go to Meta. I'd love to get an invite. Just, for me, it's about recognition and being seen, right? So just being able to be seen, or somebody else recognizing you in a way that you can be seen, has always been my goal in here, which is why I've always tried to make people feel included. Even as I am excluded, I'll usually just leave that circle and find another one and try and create more inclusivity so people don't feel like they're left out. And that's the core of my business. Like, that's what I do. I've got a 3-year track record. You can like me, leave me, hate me, leave me alone. That concerns me little. I can deal with my emotions the way I deal with them. But for the most part, I'm not going to change how I move within this space for anybody. I'm also not going to be treated any kind of certain way either. I got the Capricorn traits in me. I have a hard time reverting back and going backwards once I've been, or felt like I've been burned, or not included in something that I should have been, because the space is too big and I've got a purpose, and I just don't have a lot of time to go through and fix relationships where I may not have been the rift. I just don't have the time to do that. Um, but I'm good with that, because I'm still going to move forward and be purposeful and still see the opportunities in this space, not just for me, but for everybody. That's right. We share it, Fiji. We difficult to deal with. We can be, but we love hard. But don't act crazy around us, man. We don't appreciate that, and I know I can be extremely unforgiving, almost to the point of petty. I know I can't help it. It's a slight character flaw that has acted as a way for me to defend and protect myself. And at this age now, it's just difficult for me to take, but it protects me, and it's placed in there for a reason. So people don't do like funny stuff with me. I don't like funny stuff. But I'm loyal to a fault, man. I'm gonna ride with you as long as you don't do anything crazy with me. I'm gonna ride with you to the very end. I truly am, and I think those of you that know me in this space know how hard I go for people when I'm feeling it. Right? I don't always have the energy to do it for a mass amount of people, but I go hard for people, man, and I have nothing to prove to anybody. Nothing whatsoever, not even to Meta. Listen, the stuff we're doing now, Meta's just going to have to come on board or just get left out of the equation. Meta's not the end all be all, man. We're tapping into things off the platform, but you should be also, right? Don't rely on Meta to be your only vehicle in this space. Use what you learn, execute, take it to other platforms, but also find an external audience that you can tap into and show them what you're doing. That is the key. Um, but now that that's said, got all of that out of the way. What's up, Tank? Man, let's talk about MetaConnect. You see, I got a smile on my face. Like, y'all don't really see me smile a whole lot these days, but I'm smiling on my face. So if y'all saw MetaConnect, man, put Metaverse into the chat. Let me know if you saw it. Let me know your thoughts. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to bring a couple of people onto the live with me. One of them you may recognize. And sorry, YouTube, you will not see what I'm doing now, but I am going to go live with a fellow player. Hello. Oh Lord, you had to show up with that damn Falcons hat. Listen, let me. Is there a way I can block your? Is there a way I can block your screen? What's up, Rex? We may be having some connectivity issues, and it might be on my end. Can you hear me? Okay. Can hear. Yeah, you went in. Yes, but we may be having some connectivity issues. Yeah. I'm connect. How about now? Now, no. Oh man. See, you gotta love technology. Love it, embrace it, be kind to it. you're going you're gonna have to be kind to it because one day it might recognize all the mean things you did to it. So I love you, technology. I'm gonna be kind to you and not cuss you out right now. What's up, Cam Bam? All right, hold on. Let me try something else. Let me try something else. Let me try something else. Everybody on live is how you doing, everybody? With getting with my peoples and technology conversation. I understand. Go. All right. How's this one? Is this better? We still seem to be having some connectivity issues. Uh, Bummer. All right, so YouTube, I'm going to end.